Yeah, Skol Gang 365, let's get it. D-Roy spitting facts, you know what it is. Moneyappolis in the house, Colin got the wisdom. We bringing you that real, ain't no skepticism. D-Roy on the mic, ready to attack, spitting straight fire. Ain't no looking back in the city of lakes, where the legends play. Moneyappolis vibes, yeah, we seize the day. Predictions on point, got a vision so clear. Every game, every season, you know we persevere. From the draft picks to the trade, here to echo loud. Skol Gang 365, we making our crowd proud. Fuck the Bears, fuck the Lions, fuck the Packers too. Skol Gang is here, yeah, we keep it true. Get all your Viking news, rumors dropping first. We the anthem of the North, feel a Skol Gang thirst.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What is going on, fellas?
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Skol Gang 365. I'm your host, Darren. I got my co-host, Colin. I got Moneyappolis, Minnesota, Jamez. And we got our Viking fellow friend in the building, Robert Major.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who the hell is Darren James? Hey, we got a surprise guest on this motherfucker. What's up, bro?
What's going on, baby?
What's going on, man?
Yo.
Aloha,
gentlemen.
Let's get into this
voice.
OTA training camp talk. I mean, let's go around the room and who's everybody's clear shot favorite right now? It's making a lot of headway. So let's start with Colin.
JJ McCarthy. Stating the obvious. He's looking good. I mean, you can only do so much in shoulder pads and shorts, but I think honestly the whole team being in camp and being at OTAs does nothing but create chemistry and create that sense of team that they need. But JJ is going to be the straw that stirs the drink, obviously. I think, that, again, like I've said all along, if they can get the running game going and they can get those intermediate passes going, we're in good shape. But, yeah, JJ's the guy.
All right, Jamez.
Hey, I'm just gonna have to say, just off what I like to get research. I got the shit all set to my phone. I'm gonna go with Ryan Kelly, the guy we got. And not only was he start off heavy, they say that motherfucker's a tank. They said when it's run block, pass block, it doesn't matter. They said he's Minnesota Moving Company. He's the guy you want helping moving in that the whole house. You don't even need no help. Just let him do it. So I'm looking forward. We've been looking for some interior like muscle beef, like just real bulldozer shit for at least a good 3-4 years here, at least. And that's calling
Longer than that.
That's calling it modestly. So
Yeah.
the fact that when I realized that when we got to making these signings and these were some of the most sought after guys. I'm talking about the guys these linemen, him and Will Fries. These guys had like 4 or 5 other offers on the table. So I was excited about that. And then on the other side, because I'm going with Ryan Kelly, and I'm excited to see what he can do, especially with that up front run block for Jordan Mason and guys like that.
All right, Major. Who you like?
Well, you know what? I got two. Actually, two. I like my man Batty from BYU because I watched him in college. And he's tough. He's tough. And he fit Minnesota's scheme too. You know what I mean? He's a great tackler. Very great tackler. Fast. You know what I mean? And the other guys, what's my name? My man from Utah, the corner.
So me and Bob.
Yeah, because I'm hearing so much about him flying around the ball in OTAs, man. They said he just flying around the ball like he's always there. You know what I mean? And plus, he
said the same shit too.
Yeah, he like I think 6'2", 6'3".
I couldn't think of his name earlier, and Darren told me, his last name kind of,
Yeah, he like 6'2", 6'3".
McLaurin, how you say that shit, Darren?
Dwight McGlothern.
McGlothern.
Yeah,
McGlothern. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but
that don't sound good for Jeff Okudah if we only going 3 deep at corner. They better hope we're going 4 deep. But
I don't think he's gonna make it, man.
I'd be surprised if he go 5.
I think they keep 6 because you got to look at like the injury history that the corner rooms had. So those 6 alone, who we got, Yeah.
Yeah, Byron Murphy, he's got banged up in his career too.
We got to figure Isaiah Rogers is going to be that starting nickel. I mean,
Yep.
he's got to be the guy.
So they actually talking about bringing another corner in too. So I don't
Darren, that
right,
leads me to that one topic I want to run for I can get. Hey, before you go touch that, Major, let's just go around before I forget, Darren. You know I will.
okay.
Hey, I'm gonna go around now because obviously there is a potential. So I want to ask everybody if you were Quezzy right now, just if you could make any move with the last of the money, finesse, whatever kind of last deal you had to make right now, what player or what move you make? And I'm gonna go first on it. Fuck it. Because I want to get mine out before anybody. I would love to wake up tomorrow morning and hear that Quezzy has signed Jalen Ramsey at corner. I would love to hear it. I'm talking about Darren to the point. If I were to wake up tomorrow and hear something like that, I would go live and I might just get to assaulting people just because I feel that confident about what I got going on. I might get to thought. I might just get to assaulting. I just go down the list. Bears, Detroit, Green Bay. I'm just gonna go down the list. Not only a lot of people feel like he's past the hump. He got burnt by Michael. What's it called? Whatever. Uh, that happens with guys on there on the same situation where he's in the bread and butter with a couple other guys, but the whole system. When he joins this system right here, he's joining some ready-made shit. And
Hmm.
I believe in my heart that Brian Flores will be the guy that will reignite his ass and have him like he's back, like he's in Jacksonville. God damn it! I'm telling you, I'm for real. I believe it, bro. If he can turn Cam Bynum, a guy we thought might not even make the roster at one point, that he might be cut bait into what this motherfucker done turned him to. I feel confident he could put that umph back in him, especially man. All it would take is him getting that decent little conking out where we spend the money. But that's mine, man. Colin, go ahead.
Well, he got signed by I think the Raiders, but Jermaine Pratt was somebody I was really looking at as a linebacker that could have, to me, been a good middle linebacker on the rush downs. I'm with you on Jalen Ramsey though. I mean, he wants out, and the thing
Yeah.
about bringing in a guy like Jalen Ramsey is this: if you look at what the Vikings did last year with Stephon Gilmore and Shaq Griffin, these guys were supposedly over the hill, didn't know, they didn't have anything left. But with the system and the way that Flores runs things, I feel like that's going to be something that he'll be that name corner. Like I think the biggest thing with our secondary is when you have a name corner, the offensive coordinator for the other team has to pay attention to that side of the field. And what does that do for you as a defensive coordinator? It makes your job that much easier, and all the other guys you got to cover. And it's not saying that like
Yeah.
Blackman or Rogers or Murphy or any of these guys would be bad. It just takes the pressure off of them. You put a guy like Ramsey in that
Big pressure.
backfield, it just goes with the territory of being a guy who's been a number one. He's been an alpha.
Yeah.
One thing, and I know this is going to be way off the radar, but I know that we probably would take a third or fourth round pick to Ramsey. How in would you guys be in if you look at the Jets right now? How would you all be in on if you wanted to trade a first round pick for Sauce?
I would. I tell you, you can get that dream out of your head, just like I think this is a dream too, Colin. He toss ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I really believe that just off what we have and the mere Byron Murphy have and what we did, the money we gave Isaiah Rogers, they believe and question. They know the pass rush we present. It makes it a whole lot easier on the secondary we have. So we don't necessarily need a guy like Jaren Ramsey right now. So that's why I don't see it. How much of his contract would you be willing to cover? If let's say they wanted a third and a six for the next year.
Well, I think they would just ask for one pick because I think they're willing to eat a lot of that. I think Miami would be willing to eat a lot of that contract because just to get rid of him because I don't. He doesn't want to be there. You don't want a guy in a room
He's
that doesn't
disgruntled
want to
as
be
hell.
there.
Right.
And I would take a third round pick and then I would pay half of his salary if I was Miami because he's only got the 1 year left on his contract. So if you could get Ramsey for a third rounder, and let's say you have to pay $7 million of his salary, I'd be in on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you that would have raised a lot of doubts for us. Go ahead, Darren.
Me,
So
go ahead.
No, let him go. You can go last, Darren. Go ahead. Go. Let him go. Go ahead.
all right, Major.
Of course, I love Ramsey. I would love Ramsey. But the Brian Flores defense, right? I
Mm-hmm.
love to have my man from the Raiders, Jack Jones, the cornerback. Know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, from the Raiders, because
Okay.
they was talking about that too. And he was their best corner. He not just happy there though. That's the problem. And the Brian Flores defense, oh look at the beef we got up front. You know what I mean? Because we got a hell of a
I've
schedule.
heard Jack Jones. I've heard Jack Jones' name around Minnesota a few times, so that wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah,
Wow.
that'd be good because we got the beef up front. I mean, we got listen, we got the best set of linebackers in the game. Cashman, Pace. I love that boy Kobe King. I love him.
Yeah,
Then
Kobe King's a great pick.
yeah.
Wow.
Then you got Hargroove. Then you got Allen. Then you got Bill. Yeah.
Phillips.
Oh
Dallas
my.
Turner coming in and out, keeping those guys fresh on the edge. I'm talking about, man, that's a lot of
Yes.
good. Man.
Yes. Yes. And we just need JJ just to play. And listen, man. I'm looking at this dude throw the ball. He just not throwing. His arm's so strong. When he throws spirals, it's right there to them in their hands. Just like the game when we seen him play against the Raiders in that preseason game. He was looking good.
Look, man, man, I'm talking about he had some air and he was tossing that motherfucker. Like I said, before he went down, they can say, "Oh, it's preseason all you want." They brag about their. He was the best looking rookie quarterback in the preseason until he went down. I'm
He'd
talking
have
about
beat Donald
for
out.
him to, man, he was doing that with guys. You can't. I guarantee you can't remember one wide receiver's name that he threw a touchdown pass to because he did that motherfuckers
I
out
can.
Walmart right.
Tristan Jackson.
That's
Christian
because he's
Jack.
working. That's because he's gonna be working with me next week. That's why.
But you know what, though? I got to give credit to. I want to give credit to Kevin O'Connell. You know what I mean? Because look at this, man. Every quarterback that came behind that system, he had them playing. You know what I mean? Even up to what's my man we got from Arizona? The
Dobbs.
quarterback Dobbs. We got
Dobbs.
him, and I was shocked the way he
Was it
played under
pastor
O'Connell.
not?
Yeah. Now look what he's gonna do with JJ. Know what I mean? Like, can you
Yeah.
understand? Oh my God, yo! Like,
Okay. Hey,
man,
Darren, let's let Darren get his in. But I will just to add on to that. What I will say is I feel comfortable if the coach of the year says fuck Aaron Rodgers and fuck Russell Wilson and the rest of these guys. I'm not going against it because I'm not going against it. I would be a fool to go against my coach saying he feels comfortable going with the rookie. That lets me know something. That lets me know Tim
Oh
Isaacson is
yeah,
going
it
to have
does.
some. I'm gonna be passing out crow sandwiches all season if anybody's hungry.
So the guy
Go ahead,
that
Darren.
the guy that who I'd be excited for if I woke up and found out that he was a Viking would be Greg Newsome. He's young
Ooh, yeah.
from the
mm,
Browns.
mm.
Yeah.
Put him in our system, man. I'm telling you, this dude has a future of being locked down. So once then
I'm guessing we're all agreeing that a cornerback is the position that we're all kind of in agreement on that.
once
Yeah,
Denzel Ward goes off into the sunset, I guarantee you Newsome's going to be that guy.
You know,
yeah.
I thought about another guy that could be available depending on how a certain rookie quarterback does in their camp. But that's from that same team. I would be totally okay if the Vikings traded a 6th or 7th round pick for Joe Flacco. Just to
Okay.
have, I don't know if I trust Sam Howell. That makes me a little nervous. They had Flacco, I feel a lot better.
Right,
True.
Yeah,
and more
I
if he
agree.
can stay healthy, yeah. Hey, Steve, I agree with you in the comments, man. If he can stay healthy, he could be. You said Viking. Was that on purpose that you spell Vikings, or that's how you say Vikings where you
Vicodin.
from?
No, Steve was on the other show.
No, he probably got
That's how he
autocorrected.
rolls.
He probably got
Yeah,
autocorrected.
he calls
Hey,
us
but
the
Rondell Moore, if he could
Vicodin.
be that, I want Adam Thielen for wide receiver 3. I would love for that to happen.
Ooh.
Ooh. I
Man.
like the way Ty Felton has looked. I think Felton is a really
Yeah.
sneaky guy, and there's no pressure for him. I mean, he's a rookie wide receiver. Addison, I mean, and you could see, I think Naylor and Felton are going to have a lot of runway with Addison possibly being suspended for a couple of games. I think there's a lot of runway to see if there's something there with those guys.
That's why I say it's a lot. Then Naylor came off a little bit last year. That motherfucker won me $200 for one catch. Remember that
Well,
game that what's it called? Was
well, he
suspended?
started the first 4 games. He's played well,
Man,
so I think I think that fumbled punt maybe put him in the doghouse last year. So
I forget what team it was. Colin, what game was it that Addison missed because he was it through the suspension or why was he out?
I don't. I think he was hurt. I mean, he
Yeah,
never
he was
got
hurt.
suspended. I think this year he's going to
Man,
get
that first
suspended.
game he was out. I think it was maybe the only game. I went on a limb, Colin, and they had fucking Jalen Naylor like plus crazy for him to get a touchdown on underdog, bro. And I just
He
said,
got
fuck
it.
it. That little
He got it.
man, that little motherfucker
Let me,
made me $300.
hey,
Three
hey,
hundred bucks on one catch. What's
All
up,
right,
let me
Chad?
ask.
all right, guys. We got a fellow rival in the house.
This
Fellow
guy's a
rival.
hater. Be ready.
Hey, Chad, put that out. You can't smoke in here.
What's going on, Chad? Chad, we can't hear you.
I can.
I can't.
I can't.
No, I'm saying no. I said we can. Chad can't. He's the only one that can't smoke right now. 'Cause oh,
I
you gotta
can't hear
hit
Chad.
you gotta hit allow audio before you hop on. Hop back off, and when they say allow mic, you gotta say yes. You know the guy. You guys gotta be slow. You know, you guys are Michigan. He's a Michigan native, so we gotta be slow with him. You know the edge. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not taking it. We're
You
getting this
can.
players.
It's fine.
I'm not even gonna go there.
You
We're keeping it
can. It's
later
fine.
tonight. He hopped on with us
Fine.
as our buddy. We're gonna
Fine.
keep it later
There's
tonight.
a lot of lead in
It's
Detroit
not his
water.
fault. The
Fine.
water that comes out of his fault.
He thinks the Vikings are going to be battling the Bears for last place in the division.
Yeah.
No,
So it
hey,
shows you where
he
he's
tells
at.
me
So
he's convinced that Green Bay is for sure winning the division for
Yep.
some reason.
Yep.
Even though, although I also see it as a possibility, I just don't understand why he's just so
oh,
certain. Hey, look, while we're waiting on this, let me freeze frame something. I'm gonna put him on the spot just so Colin, this guy Winkleman, he claims he was kind of just trying to get me going, but I think he was
what's
kind of
up?
serious. He tells me that basically just pretty much
Hello,
that
hello.
in short
Yeah,
frame,
you're
he's
here.
basically telling me that basically Oliver should be giving him more of a shot instead of Hawk. Like basically he doesn't trust him, and that the reason we paid Hawk is because of basically he was looking at the down production of last year, acting as if the guy didn't miss a half a season. He's talking about man, he's the best run blocker, and he's talking about when we didn't get these views on the show. But not just explain to him, basically like the difference of that shit is man, when this guy played the full season for us, uh, even before then, man, you got to understand we got a lot of mouths to feed on this offense, man. Even more now. It's not the kind of offense where one guy, when JJ was out, we saw what he could do when JJ was down for those 8, 9, whatever games it was. He's the leading tight end on third and fourth down conversions that year, and he and all kind of different shit. And that's the difference between I believe, run blocking is important. He's just basically
Well,
trying
I
to
don't.
challenge me about this. Say Hot needs to earn his money this year or else, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well,
Sam
Hawkinson,
Darnold
I
threw
think
to him.
Hold on, Chad. You're next.
Sam Darnold did throw to him, but he also threw to Josh Oliver. I don't know if Winkleman's necessarily saying that Hawkinson. I think if I'll tell you what, if Hawkinson gets banged up again, I could see them maybe trading him at the trade deadline, and
Mm.
I do want to see them use Oliver more though. I think
I do too.
Oliver is a criminally underused player on the team. I think they need to use him more.
No, he
So,
didn't. No, Kyle, he
and
didn't
I
think he
think
meant. No,
I think
he
he's
no. He
better
was
than
talking
people
about.
think.
No, he was just saying it in the frame of no. Hawk doesn't even deserve to start. He's saying that Oliver deserves a
Oh no,
spot.
Hawkinson starts.
No, no. Yeah, let me make it
Hawkinson's
clear
healthy.
too.
Hawkinson starts.
Oh no,
It's
he
not
makes
even
it clear that if
close.
it was up to him, Oliver would have his job right now.
No,
And I just said,
no.
don't get him.
Hawkinson's healthy. Hawkinson's healthy. He's the number one tight end. Not even a question about it. And
I know, but
Oliver, I mean, he's statistically one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL. And I think with getting Jordan Mason to go with Jones, I think they're going to focus on the run a lot more. At least in the first part of the season, I think they're going to focus on running the ball with the new offensive line more than and
yeah.
to get McCarthy's confidence up. I totally think that's what they're going to do.
You know
What's
what?
up,
I
Chad? We
like
got
the
Chad, our Lions fan, in the house. What's going on, man? Did you want to chime in on that Hawkinson? I know you better not get too disrespectful. Go
No,
ahead.
man, I actually like Hawkinson healthy. Hawkinson is like a top 5 all day long healthy.
He is.
But
I agree.
my only question is, you guys are like coming in like probably a top 5 defense, really. But then you
I
have
say
the
top 10. I'll say
big,
top 10.
no, hang on. You asked me a question. You have the big question mark, and that's JJ. Nobody knows what JJ is. He's never played one snap. Your defense is elite. Your defensive coordinator is probably the top 2 in the league. Your tight end room's number 2 in the North, probably, maybe number 1. But you don't. Your quarterback is unknown, and you guys are all throwing all this faith on JJ.
Hey, hold on,
That's a good
Colin.
thing.
Colin, me and him are
That
buddies,
that's a
so
good
hey,
thing
he's gonna take anything I
Colin,
say serious. Hold on, I'm gonna let you guys
because
respond to him. I'm not gonna give no
uh,
rebuttal on this. Go ahead.
because nobody got no tape on him. So
Yeah.
everybody coming with a blind eye. Kevin O'Connell, smart man. You see what he did to quarterbacks that came in there. Now I'm not saying JJ gonna come in and rip it up, but JJ gonna be. We got one of the best offensive lines right now, from top
you
to
do.
bottom. We got two running backs, and I like the undrafted running back we drafted, Stewart from
Yep.
Jacksonville State, and he's good. He's good. Now, but JJ got the pieces around him. You know what I mean? If he just don't do too much and just play inside his game, O'Connell gonna be there to make sure. You know what I mean? He don't put too much on him. I think he's ready to go out the gate. But he gonna have his mess ups, yo. He is. I
Right.
won't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. And I
Y'all
will be,
chime in, y'all.
I just want him to succeed. We ain't got to win a division. I just want to see how he play. If he play
Well,
up to his part,
me and Rock were talking about this morning, and we were talking about how Jalen Hurts is not viewed as a highly ranked quarterback in the NFL. And the thing about Hurts is that the thing about Hurts is this: I don't think he cares that much about stats. I don't think he
Well,
cares about putting up huge numbers. He cares about winning the game. And I think if McCarthy takes that same attitude for our team, I think we're going to be successful.
mhm. Sure indeed. Sure indeed. I agree.
Before we move on to the next topic, Chad, I just want you to keep in mind, and I want the viewers and everybody to keep in mind that this freeze frame with me and go back in time. I want you guys to remember and think about what Sam Darnold's name and reputation was in the NFL before he became a Minnesota Viking. Just think about it.
I
Just
believe
think
you guys
about
were
no,
picked to win
hold on,
like
Chad.
5 or 6 games.
Hold on, young lady. I'm
Yeah,
talking now.
yeah.
What was his reputation in the NFL before he came here? What did you guys, all rivals, they all said that he was going to have us with a top 10 draft pick. The Vikings
No, he
bottoming in the division. Vegas had us at 7.5 wins. We doubled that shit. So hold on. Let me tell you something, Chad. I'm not saying that he's not going to be a rookie and make mistakes and that he's not going to have growing pains. But is he not in a damn good position to do that? Is he not in the
no,
worst position to
he,
struggle? Can you
he's
think
not
of any,
in a
even in
bad.
the last decade, a rookie quarterback that's starting off with anything more than he need, that more than this kid with this coach, and he got the best fucking wide receiver in the NFL, hands down.
Maybe.
Okay,
Yep.
but what I'm trying to say to you is, how bad do you really expect him to be? Because that's what you got to be saying. If you think the Vikings, no, hold on, wait. I'm gonna let you answer. If you think the Vikings to be fall off, and now we do have a tough schedule, we all do. For guys to think that the Vikings will fall off so bad to the point where we're just going to be so fucked over, and this is going to be a 6-win draft season, I'm not buying it. I'm taking all bets. I don't believe we're more than 4 games worse. I don't believe for 1 second this Vikings team, if JJ stays upright, given the health and everything else, if you're telling me that the Vikings team is going to fail just off of JJ McCarthy's ability, I'll take that bet.
I'm just talking for 1 season, bro, and you asked me
I'm
that
talking
question.
about right now.
I am talking about right now,
I'm
this
speaking. I'm
season.
telling you. I got this confidence without seeing them take one NFL goddamn snap, motherfucker.
I'm glad you got the confidence because you guys took a mediocre backup quarterback and won 14 games. You did something similar with Kirk Cousins too. I mean, because you have the team around to be able to do that and control clock and 6 games versus the North. We all know each other. I just don't see it this year, bro. I don't.
So you don't see. So even though that is the one few question marks, and I understand why you guys are pick mark. We got cornerback too. We got a few other areas that left tackle until Darius Hall get back. We got a few areas that we are concerned about. But for you to think that 1 second that my coach doesn't know what he's doing when he's the reigning coach of the fucking year, I want to tell you this as well, bro. You got more issues than us right now. You just lost a lineman right now that would be top 5 on anybody's team. Not
Our
only
Hey,
that,
biggest
money.
you got
concern line,
Darren's got
bro.
something. Darren's got something to say.
We
Money,
got two
money.
empty
Darren's
My
got
bad.
something
holes
to
My
on the
say.
bad.
O
Go
line. The
ahead, Darren.
rest were
My
fine.
bad. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Darren. So hold on. Calm down, young lady.
So my question to you, Chad, is
This is my boy, y'all.
you're sitting here saying that we possibly might, contend with the Bears in the basement, but didn't you lose your all pro center? Didn't you lose your right guard, Zeitler? And who's to say if the double John connection of Jonathan Allen and Jonathan Hargrave put Jared Goff on his rump, because we both know he can't run. So if he gets put
Blue
on his
can't shot it.
rump, what's going to happen?
Snap, bro. Come on.
You gotta start over. You're muted, Chad. Start over.
Darren, you're coming in with a quarterback that has never played one offensive NFL snap in his whole life.
You're coming in with coordinators that have never took one snap. All your coordinators have never took one snap with the Lions before, have they? Have you seen what
Get-
your new offensive coordinator offense looks like?
What are you talking about?
You're a defensive coordinator, bro. You guys signed him off. He was a
No,
linebackers coach.
no. Our defensive coordinator is our linebacker coach, by the
No,
way,
you're.
that's been with him from day one. Our offensive coordinator is John Morton, that
What does
has
that
been
mean?
in the league and been an OC.
I'll give you him. I'll give you him. But what is the guy? What is the DC being with you since day one mean? Dude, not many people outside the state of Michigan even know his fucking name. So what is that supposed to mean?
That we call him dreadlocks.
I call him a motherfucker. I hope that looks like the uncle at the drunk barbecue with the dreads locked. He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out there with that tough guy persona. You better hope that motherfucker don't show up like Dan Campbell. Dude, I'm telling you right now, Dan Campbell thinks he's slick. We're
Keep
gonna move on to the
deflecting.
next topic. I got another topic real quick before Darren
I'm
tries
not
to.
even
Well,
here
no,
to
hold on.
fucking
I'm telling you right now, we're
argue
gonna move on, but I'm telling you, tread lightly, dude. All these you're saying that the Vikings are being in this situation because we never seen it because we just have a rookie. You do know this. It is possible, right? You do know we do have a better fucking roster than Jaden Daniels had last year and C.J. Stroud had the year before. You do understand that, right? So don't stop making it seem like we're thinking out of the realm of possibility when we say that this Vikings team can still do some shit that would scare you shitless.
Well, dude, possibilities are wishing one hand, shit in the other. Calvin Shepard has
You're in the
been with
same
the
boat.
Lions from day one, linebacker coach from day one.
Okay.
And he took over defensive coordinator. He has been here, not been fired, been here with Dan Campbell since day one. We have
He's
Calvin
trying to be, man, he's only got the job because Dan Campbell's trying to be slick. He wanted to keep a guy in house so his secrets wouldn't get exposed. He kept a guy that he could control so when it's fourth and when it's 3rd and 12, he can say, Kelvin, hold on. I'm
Are
calling
you
this one.
reflecting again?
No, I'm no seriously though, bro. For you to try to make it see, let's move on,
No,
okay?
I'm not trying to make anything sound like cherries and roses, bro.
It sounds like
I'm
you're
just
saying
telling
it
you,
sounds
this
like you're
guy
saying
has
it's
been,
guaranteed.
bro, I'm telling you, our defensive coordinator has been with the team from day one as a linebacker.
But when you come on the Skol Gang, you got to be clear about what you're because it sounds like to me you're guaranteeing me that this shit is about to happen, so that if it doesn't, I might be able to call you back on here. Are you
I'm
guaranteeing me
guaranteeing,
something?
I'm guaranteeing you might get third or fourth in the division. That's
Well,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
guaranteeing.
no, no, no. That's not what we're talking about. I want to know what's the Lions' defensive ranking going to be this year.
Probably 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yeah, we're healthy. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Even missing Aline McNeil and missing Rodrigo, we're healthy. We've got first round draft picks coming in. We've got
I got
guys
a
that are
okay. Before
good.
we, I got a sports hat. I got a sports hat bet. Me and you right here that you guys won't even be top 15.
You got a better corner than the
All you
Lions?
know, all you got to do is
No. Do you have a better
be
corner than the
14.
Lions?
I'm
Do you have
giving
a
you better than
better
what you said.
linebacker than the Lions? Wait.
We're not talking about
You
that.
don't.
I'm just telling you right now. I don't
We're
believe that.
talking defense, bro. You don't have a
I
better
know what
John
we're talking.
linebacker.
Dorn,
I'm not talking
John
overall
Dorn with
rankings.
the facts.
I'm following
John
you,
Dorn
but
with the
we're
facts.
not going to get stuck on this. I'm telling you right now. You would be lucky to be top 18.
Dude, we
Chad,
were
you don't
top
think Byron
18.
Murphy is
What?
better
Bro,
than
we were
Terry and
top
Arnold?
18
You added a
last
good
year.
corner,
We were
yes.
beat.
Other than
Shut
one
up,
good
dude.
corner,
We
what have
were
you added to
no.
the
Come on.
defense, bro?
I'm calling you right now. What were we last year? We were top 18, and we were beat
What
the
were y'all
fuck
ranked
up.
last year?
Like about, I think, like 18.
Okay,
So
so don't
Chad, you think?
yeah, so
Hold on, wait,
don't try
money,
to make it
money,
seem.
money,
You see
money,
how you try to do that?
money. Wait a minute,
Whatever.
money,
All these
money.
fuck.
Hold on a second. So Chad, you think that Terry and Arnold is a better cornerback than Byron Murphy Jr.?
No, you think DJ Reed is?
No.
then
What else? What
whatever.
else? What else did you add other than
Conversation over,
him?
What is
bro.
it? What is DJ Reed? What is DJ?
Conversation
What is what
fucking
is what
over.
is what has DJ Reed done with the Detroit Lions? And what did he do with the Jets?
Doesn't matter.
Was he a Pro
What's
Bowl?
he
Was
done
he
in
a
his
Pro Bowler?
career?
Was he a Pro Bowler with the Jets? Or was Byron Murphy a
Dude,
Pro Bowler with the Vikings?
he's a top 8 cornerback in the whole fucking league. So
Did he
whatever.
have?
He's
Did he have
not.
six?
But
Did he
okay.
have six? Did he
Yeah,
have six
whatever.
picks last year? What's up, John? No, but what we're trying to say, what we're trying to understand is, Chad, you're telling us that guys with the Vikings, because they're new to the system, they got no chance. But these guys that you've never seen one
What
snap with
I'm
the
telling
Lions,
you is look
you're
for a
giving
What do
them.
healthy
you mean?
Lions
I will
defense.
say, DJ Reed is probably he is probably better than every corner, one corner from the line from the Vikings. Yes, he is. But what else have you added to the defense that was going to make us think that you're about to be 10 to 12? 10 to 12, motherfucker. You know how hard that's
Do
going
you
to
think
be?
Anzalone is a better linebacker than Van Ginkel?
Probably
Hell no.
not, but he's not far
Okay.
behind.
Well, you're literally saying that
He's a
every
better
Detroit player is
captain.
better than the
No,
Vikings.
dude,
You
you know who our
literally
number
said
one
that every
linebacker
Detroit
is though,
player
bro?
position is better than the
Bro,
Vikings.
Jack
You
Campbell's
said
our
it.
number one linebacker,
Chad,
so where do you go?
you get to respond. Let him
So you
go, then
think
you respond
Campbell's
right
better
back.
than Andrew Van Ginkel?
Go ahead.
Jack Campbell's going in his third year.
Man, that
Do you think
motherfucker,
Jack Campbell is better than Andrew Van Ginkel?
he's asking a
Man, this
question.
shit is crazy, yo.
I'm telling you right now, Ivan Pace Jr. could come over there and take his job. I'm telling you that right now. But
You're
no,
wrong,
hey,
Mark.
John, what's going on? Chad's my boy though, man. This is my Lions fan. He had the balls to hop on. This is my guy. But even though he's kind of giving me Rock Lockwood vibes the way he's telling me my team is in the same situation. I'm telling you, bro, you guys might be in trouble opening opening day versus Green Bay. I'm gonna tell you why.
I
For
don't think
one,
so.
it's gonna be the first time that you guys all landed all out on
Thanks,
without
Dorn.
practice. You guys got a lot to figure out. You're going against the 12 man. So all that Kirby Joseph his tricky tactics is not gonna work that
Dude,
night. You
you're
can
gonna
get
bring
balls from him.
Kirby Joseph and
Yeah.
Brian Branson. They're gonna
Last but
fucking
not
live
least,
with them.
and I'm gonna let my boy John get some airtime. I'm telling you right now, Matt LaFleur is not happy about that last trip to Green Bay. He almost came over there and attacked. He almost came over there and put them paws on motherfucking Dan Campbell. You saw him. That
What
motherfucker
stupid
was
thing?
heated.
What stupid things is Chad saying right now? I'm kind of coming right in.
He said that
Why don't you
the
listen?
Lions are better players at their positions than the Vikings do.
Oh my God.
And that he said he thinks that their defense is gonna be 10 to 12. And that Kelvin Shepard is a bad motherfucker that we all shouldn't be aware of.
No, bro, I told you Calvin Shepard ain't no rookie to the gang. He's been here for 4 years, so whatever.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
also
yeah.
and he
What
also
I told you.
and he also John and he also said that the Vikings possibly fighting for third or fourth in the division this year with the
Well,
roster.
that's a fact.
Don't worry about it,
Oh
Chad.
my
If you
God.
if you talk to me nice, after Dan Campbell gets rid of his ass next year, we'll let him help out on special teams around this motherfucker.
Hey, John Dorn. John Dorn said, "Chad, give me a go pack go."
No, John Dorn. Name. Hey, are the Vikings better than the Packers, John Dorn?
Packers is weak, man. They weak.
Right,
Packers
John.
weak.
Now I'm on your team, bro.
They weak.
Get these fuckers.
They weak. Packers is weak.
I gotta say, these Miss Vicky's spicy Jill pickles chips are great.
Mhm.
If you've ever tried them, give them a try. They're absolutely delicious.
G for greatness.
Yeah, those Georgia Bulldogs are really good. That's true.
Man, you must have a lot of faith in motherfucking Marcus Davenport.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
None.
Don't get Chad
Zero,
started on
bro.
this one.
I
Here we
hope to
go.
get 8 games out of him. That's a fact.
You better hope. You better hope Curry Joseph keeps his head on the swivel. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, as my buddy and the Lion fan. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't got no beef. I'm gonna tell you exactly who I got beef with from the Lions. And when they play, I'm telling you right now, week nine, Sonic and Knuckles, them little two bastards better keep their motherfucking head on a swivel because I'm
Dude,
on that with it. I'm not hiding my ambitions. I'm hoping Hargrave sends that motherfucker in the next week. Either one of them.
Sonic
Montgomery,
and
we're not
Knuckles
worried
is gonna
about him.
eat you, bro.
I'm not even worried about Montgomery. He held that little bitch to 8 yards last time we saw him. But that
Oh, come
motherfucker
on.
Gibbs,
Come on.
Jameer Gibbs.
Knuckles is down to the
Oh,
knuckle at this
Jameer
point.
Gibbs, he
Come on
doesn't
now.
know. If Jameer
Hey,
Gibbs, if you're watching, I'm hoping that motherfucker Johnny Hargrave. I'm hoping he sits you down for the day, boy, and I ain't lying about it. I hope
hey,
you're
Come
all
on. I'll
good.
give you
Nothing,
hey,
Sonic, but not
Gary.
nothing
Knuckles. Come on
devious,
now.
nothing
Hey,
lingering. But I'm hoping. You remember that Van Ginkel hit and you jumped up and scored 4 touchdowns. You remember how you did us? That motherfucker had the nerve to respond to me with a smiling emoji face on Instagram when I told him he fucked up my trash talking for the day, Colin. He hit me with a laughing emoji, the big
Hey,
one too. Not the
hey,
one with the that you type out on your shit. The one with the gift, the big one. So
Sully, what you
me and Gibbs
got?
got beef.
Sully, what you got?
hey, Darren. I was gonna say, hey, Darren, you should get Steve on here. Let's get his opinions on what he thinks about what Chad said.
Yeah. Do it, bro. Yeah,
Listen. I'll give you Sonic, Chad, but I'm not giving you Knuckles. Come on, now.
No, but Knuckles.
Knuckles is down to the bone, man. He's got
I,
arthritis
I,
at this point.
I
I'll be
know, but
honest with.
he's part of what makes it work, dude.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to Green Bay, Minnesota, and Detroit, I think it's pretty much going to be a toss-up. I don't know who's really going to own the division, who's going to win it. It's really up in the air. I think the only team that's not going to win it, that's Chicago. I think Chicago's kind of a definite.
So much in your faith for Ben Johnson.
I wouldn't really say it's faith. I just think that it's going to be a different role he's been playing, and he's going to have a different stack of cards to deal with. He's not going to
And
be.
he's
He's
going
not.
to a
It's not going to be
shit
the same
team with a
position as
shit
Detroit.
quarterback.
It's not going to be the same position as Detroit. You know.
Not at all. I mean, literally, the best tight ends in the league probably belong to
I gotta bounce
Minnesota.
out, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. I gotta bounce
Yeah,
out.
see you. Way to dip.
1 second. Jeez.
I mean, so running backs, Detroit. Quarterback, it's Detroit or Green Bay. Offensive line, I gotta bump us down to third for now. But wide receivers, we're number one.
Oh my God. Okay.
Really, we're not. Really. You can't say the Lions have the best wide receivers in the division going into next year.
No, I can say that. Yes, you don't. You have a damn great wide receiver duel. I think ours is better. Oh,
I already gave you your tight ends. Damn, dude, you want it all?
I'll give you a running back. I'll give you your running back. I think you have the better running back.
Yeah, I think you guys have the better running backs. I'll say so right now. Looking in, I'll say you guys obviously have the experience of what quarterback. I'll give you guys the running backs, and I'll give you guys your secondary, like with your safeties. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. That's a deadly duel.
Sounds like it's gonna be a fun season.
Steve, they don't.
I'm more excited for that Christmas matchup because I feel like that Christmas matchup is going to come down to the division.
It could. It definitely could.
I got us at 10-7 getting in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter.
I got our ceiling at 11.
Okay.
The reason why I say 11 is you got to look at what all the teams have done. Look at their current rosters. It's gonna be bunched up.
And everyone always says, "Well, you have such an easy schedule," and that's not always the case. Just because they sucked last year doesn't mean that they're going to suck this year. The teams that you're playing against.
And nobody has an easy schedule in the North. Nobody.
So go Pack, go all day. So I don't think he'll play for the Vikings, but we could use a nice running backs coach.
Yeah, I mean he's getting into fights and he's getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a first ballot Hall of Famer going to these low level like poker games because he ran out of money, and not only is he not getting money, but he's getting his ass kicked in the process.
Yeah,
not a good look.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, that dude that he was fighting against was kind of tagged him a few times, and I was like, geez, okay.
Then there's some pretty mean defensive lines in the North. There really is.
Wow. Steve says Packers 12-5, Vikings 11-6, Bears 9-8, and he's got you, Chad, the Lions in the basement.
Well, Steve's an idiot, so.
Hey, we should get Steve on here, get his opinion.
I messaged him, so I don't know if he's seen it or not.
Oh,
Yep,
shout out. Go
we
Pack.
got
Go
we
on
got our own
YouTube. Shout out to
YouTube
that.
channel.
Keyboard warrior Steve.
Hey, Steve, Chad's calling you out. Up on.
No, regardless of everything, this is gonna be a fun season. I can't wait till this shit gets rolling for real, for real. Just off the
Don't be
schedule.
fucking stupid, bro.
Dude, Chad, there's a reason why they picked the Vikings to represent back to back and cross seas and not the Vikings. It's not because you're not saying I'm gonna be better than you, not saying I'm gonna be whatever. I'm just cooler than you. You heard that song, right?
Bro, I'm just here to talk crap because the North is a fucking death trap.
I don't appreciate how you're wearing Lions gear on a week on a day
It's Saturday.
you're not allowed to wear
Saturday,
that.
bro.
You know you're not allowed to wear that on only days on Sundays.
Well, you can
Man,
tell me that. You just said weekdays.
But look at it. Yeah, but see, I can wear it any day of the week
the,
though.
the, the
So
price the price of the toilet paper is going up around in Michigan.
that's right, man.
And the week's
If
getting
I
better.
want recyclable toilet paper, I'll go to Detroit, get some Alliance apparel, floss
If
my
you
ass
want
with it.
weed, come to
The
Detroit.
Lions
dude.
have very talented players, but the big question is, how will they
Bingo, that's what I'm saying.
work out
I don't
without
think that
them?
offense. I don't think that offense is going to be so dynamic anymore.
What's
The
going
O
on?
line is our huge question. Really.
All right, guys,
Even more than me.
we got fellow Packer in here. We got Steve. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Hey,
Thank you.
Steve.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Yeah, where's all
Well,
that trash you're talking there, Chad?
no,
Steve,
we
I
wanted
agree with
you
you,
in
bro. On
here
that last
for you to
last time.
tell us how the Packers are winning the division, bro.
I agree, Colt.
How? Well,
Yeah.
okay, I could do that.
Okay.
It's like this. Out of all the four teams in the division,
Mm-hmm.
we're the one team who hasn't any real significant changes. Like now, I'm not going to knock any team. Like I said, I believe Vikings could go 11-6. You know, Bears, not whatever. Boom. Only thing is with the Lions, with the two new coordinators, I'm not saying anything bad, but and with the new offensive line,
Yep.
with the new offensive line and whatever, I think, hey, I'm not going to say that they're going to get blown out, but I think the Lions could lose a lot of close games and go 8-9. We went
My question is
11-6
what
last year.
O-line? We don't have one right now.
We
have
went
two.
11-6 last year, and hell, we was like probably the worst team in the division. If we didn't
I
have a
know you
block
lost
field
the
Let him
goal,
last
talk,
4
Chad.
games in a row. That was terrible.
Chad, man, let the man talk. He
That
just jumped on.
Steve, that's a good point because you guys only won
Chad,
one
you
game
can't
in
be
division last
right?
season. You
We won
still
one game on a
Here.
block because of a blocked field goal, and we still went 11-6. We still went 11-6. We probably basically was the worst team in the division. But I mean, we only won one game on a blocked field goal. Blocked field goal.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
outside of the division, I mean, Philadelphia's the only team that really beat you guys outside the division. Other than that, you guys won your like non-conference, non-divisional games,
right,
which
And
is pretty damn good.
they went
and
1-5 in the division.
and like I said, with Minnesota, I'm not. I said I predicted to go 11-6, and I'm giving that credit because like now, like Chad said, yes, McCarthy still has to prove himself. I'm not knocking him. I'm not going to knock McCarthy. I think McCarthy he has something to prove. Now he has the offense. He has the best receiver in the league in JJ. And I think there's a lot of secret. Like I said, I think Rondell Moore will be a sleeper. I like
Saw that.
Rondell
Yeah.
Moore. I remember him in Purdue, and I remember the big game he had against Ohio State and so forth. And their
Yeah.
defense, you can't knock Minnesota's defense. There's just no
They,
way you can do that.
they have a hands down top 10
yeah.
defense.
Steve, if he can stay healthy, Steve, I agree with you, filthy. That if he could be the number 3 and really take off to that spot, give us another option on that and be that. I agree with you, bro. And this is my thing too. We all know that even though he's not technically a rookie, we're gonna look at him as a rookie. This is gonna be his first snap in the NFL, his first year.
Hey, hey,
Um,
hey,
I
hey,
believe that he's also gonna have
hey,
growing pains and struggles, and I believe Chicago is a
come on,
pretty
let's
good.
go.
That's a nice test for opening day. It's gonna be a hostile environment still for him. They got a pretty good defense. That's the type of game that's acceptable for him. What I feel though, Steve, if he were when he has those struggles, when he has those slips, when he has those rookie moments, when he gets blindsided, whatever the case, I believe he has the best guys he could possibly have around him to pick him up for those moments.
I
Jimmy
mean, I
Jefferson,
will.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will admit this. With what Minnesota did with their offensive line, okay? This is my opinion, my theory. That offensive line they got now, if it stands out, gives McCarthy protection, but I will say this. McCarthy is going to need a solid, stellar running game. And I think that's why they went and got Mason.
Yeah.
If they get a solid, I mean, the running game takes a lot of pressure off the offense and off the quarterback. And they need that. That's why I think with us, outside now with the Lions, they got Gibbs and they got Montgomery, two of the best. Now, we got one of the best running backs in the league in Jacobs.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, we got some nice running backs around here.
I'm still waiting. And I think that from what I'm seeing and whatever, I think Marshawn Lloyd is going to be a big sleeper for us. I think he's going to, we're going to have a two-headed monster back there in that running game.
So, Steve, let me ask you this, because I know, like you said, before you even make that many changes, you guys got the rookie wide receiver that's, you looking promising. And I know you guys are, expecting the next step in the tight ends that were kind of starting to flourish last year. Is that really your go-to? What's your real game plan? How you're hoping LaFleur goes with this shit, man? Because like I said, I feel it's going to be a less winning game, for the top three or whoever that may be. All four, I could see this being the type of division just off schedule alone. I've looked at them all. This could be a 10-11 win division. That's just my personal. I might be shocked. I could easily see the first 11 wins winning this just because
Well,
it's going to be so hard with playing each other in the outside games. What do you think Green Bay would have to do to stand out? And what you, because I know they gave Jordan Love the bag. Are they just going to say, man, you got to figure this out?
it's everything with every team, no matter in the league, everything rides on the offensive line. The offensive line. Now, I like what we did. I'm glad that Josh Myers is gone, whatever. Uh, Jenkins is moving over to center. We got Banks at left guard. Like I said, our offensive line, to me, right now looks bigger and better. Now, it's on paper. It still has to be shown if they could put it together. But we always had a good offensive line. And I think we're going to be more stellar, I think, like with the receivers we got, like St. Brown for the Lions. I ain't going to knock him. He's one of the top. I think we found our St. Brown in Matthew Golden and so forth. I
Let me
mean,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Steve. You guys drafted a wide receiver, so now you got Dobbs, Reed,
I think
Watson.
Dobbs is going to be traded.
You think Dobbs is gonna be traded?
Yep.
You really think so, bro?
Yep.
You
Probably
don't
they
think
got
You,
they'll just
you,
kick
wide
you don't think
receivers.
they'll kick Wicks or the other cat to the can first, him or Milton or one of them motherfuckers?
Well, the thing is with Dobbs, I don't know really what's going on up there, but like last year, he wants to be the number one. He wants whatever. And with all the weapons and stuff there, he's not, whatever. I think he wants to go somewhere to where he could be a one or like if he would go to Pittsburgh, okay, which is the big talk now there. And I know New England is showing a lot of options where they want him as well. I think he wants to go to a team that there's not much there, but he could be one or the two. See, there's so many receivers there in Green Bay that he knows that I'm not getting the ball all the time because with Reed and now with Golden and Wicks and when Watson's looking bigger and stronger from what I'm seeing. Looks like that boy put on some muscle and whatever.
but
And I think,
you don't think Watson would be the smarter choice to trade or possibly make a deal with? Because I mean, he's been injured a lot since he's
well,
been in Green Bay.
no, because one, I don't really know how they think, but you got to realize this: Green Bay, with you guys, gave up 2 second-round picks to move up to get Watson.
Correct.
Okay, they drafted Dobbs in the 5th round, and the thing is, Watson hasn't bitched and complained about being number one, getting all the reps, getting all the passes like Dobbs have. Dobbs have shown he wants to be that number one number. Like I said, if he would go to Pittsburgh to play with Aaron Rodgers again, and they just got DK Metcalf and some other guys, I think he would like that. If he would go to New England to where there ain't no perennial receivers there, I think he would like that.
Cool. And I say this, I mean, because Watson's a great, he's a speed receiver. He can run. He's good at running routes, but he's injured a lot. So
Well,
doesn't that kind of
I understand that, and that's like I said from what I'm seeing. Whatever, he put on some muscle. The boy got bigger and stuff. When I was watching him running routes today and the other days, and past weeks and stuff, him throwing that medicine ball up in the air, like I'm not wanting him back soon. No, let him.
right?
Don't hurt him. But like I said, I think with what we have there, with getting Golden, and who knows what the Savion Williams is going to do. Like I said, there's another target and so forth.
Mhm.
And with Reed and everything else, and Tucker, Tucker Kraft, stepping up and it looks promising. But the thing is, it's the offensive line. We
So
got
you
to get
think
this.
Savion has a chance to make the team?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he's going to make that team.
Okay.
Hell yeah, he's going to make it. That's why I
Fantastic.
see, if anything, that's why Dubs is going to be traded either to the Steelers or the Patriots. That's the two teams right now that is showing, I could say, interest.
Right, because then Pittsburgh, because then Aaron Rodgers is now there.
Quarterback.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, this is going to be a fun year. I ain't going to, Now, here's another thing we also have to put into play. Is injuries. Is injuries is key. Is any key guys going to get hurt? And then there's that accumulative, stupid ref calling, stupid penalties and shit that can really flub up a game.
Right.
One quarterback goes down on any team, it's all over for that team.
Except for Detroit, because you guys have Hendo Hooker.
Oh yeah,
Whatever. I
You
mean,
have the hooker.
don't even bring that. Don't even say that name.
Well, I just said that name. What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Hey, and I'm going to say this: somewhere through the line, down the season, I can't say what team it's going to be, but I think someone's going to offer us something for Malik Willis. Someone's going to need a quarterback, and I'm surprised that has not happened yet. I am shocked.
We should get Darcy on here. Darcy would definitely have a strong opinion about Hendon Hooker, and him and Chad would go at it. That'd be pretty amusing.
No, it wouldn't.
Darcy,
Leave
oh
it.
my God.
You're out of it.
Come on, let's get
Alright.
Darcy on here.
The
Come on,
dude-
Darren.
the
Make
dude-
it
the
happen.
dude's nothing. The
Make it
dude is a
happen, Darren.
wasted third-round draft pick. That's still on the team.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end anyway, so that'd probably have to be next Saturday.
Then Chad will duck out. He'll be like, "Yeah, I just had a Bigfoot sighting, so I had to skip the show because we have to."
Well, if I prove Bigfoot is real, then you guys will all understand, right?
There we go. Somebody's watching Friday.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting season. I mean, I love what we have. That like with Jair was the Jair going.
GPG
It doesn't.
all day. I
It doesn't.
don't think so. I don't think so. GPG all day. I don't think we have regrets in not signing Darnold.
I think if anything, we might have to kind of hold our breath and hope that nothing bad happens. Because if something bad happens, who's going to be the backup? That's kind of the question mark.
And GPG all day. Yeah, they got injured towards the end of last season, but the Vikings addressed that this offseason. So,
right.
I think it's good that we got the depth to back them up. So I got faith.
Well, I think a stellar playoff game, media money game would be the Vikings versus the Seahawks. To see Darnold go against McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
That would be money for Vegas, media, the story, because if something would happen, if Darnold and the Seahawks would beat the Vikings, what would the story be? What would the The
But
Vikings.
is Darnold going to be the quarterback the whole season? That's another question.
Well,
Can he
I'm just saying, if it was the Seahawks versus the Vikings anywhere in the playoffs, Darnold versus McCarthy, because McCarthy, I mean, Darnold was there last year, 14-3, whatever, and they let him go. And for McCarthy, who never played it down, and if McCarthy, balls out somehow, gets the Vikings into the playoffs, and they face each other, that's money. There's media, there's money, there's story. That's what the NFL wants.
Right.
is Darnold a top 5 quarterback?
It doesn't
His
matter.
numbers,
It doesn't matter if
pretty much
the Darnold look. It takes more
It
than one
does
player.
matter.
No, it don't. Because it takes more than one player to win a game. If the
LaFleur
Seahawks,
won a lot of those games for you,
if the Seahawks and to make the playoffs and the Vikings make the playoffs and they see each other, that's money. There's money. That's Vegas. That's media. That's story talk because of the thing that Darnold was there last year, won 14-3, went to the playoffs. Boom. There'll be so much hype on that game.
What's your thoughts on this, John?
On what?
DPG said right here.
Aaron Rodgers versus the entire NFC North is a story.
Yes.
Or was there another question?
No, revenge tour. You're on it, John.
I think it's an interesting story. I think it's more of an interesting story against going against your old team. I think it's more of an interesting story than anything else. So, like when Adrian Peterson went to the Saints, it was going to be an interesting story when he went up against us. I think Aaron Rodgers against the Vikings, Lions or Bears, it's irrelevant. I think more of the bigger storyline is him going up against his old team. That's going to be more of the interesting.
That'll
story.
be the only team he's never beat in his whole career is the Green Bay Packers. So yeah,
right. Remember when Barrett Favre had that, and then 2009 he finally.
Right.
And he's not in a bad situation. Mike Tomlinson's a good head coach, but if Aaron Rodgers' ego gets the best of him, it could be a clash. So
that wouldn't be a surprise either, would it?
Rodgers versus the Jets and the Packers. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the Jets. I don't think. I think if you were to ask Aaron Rodgers who's he more looking forward to, the Jets or the Packers, the Packers by far.
Absolutely.
I
heard a rumor Jordan Love wants to trade jerseys with Aaron Rodgers.
GPG, I think he does still own them.
Still own the Bears? Yeah, he still owns the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's been ages since the Bears beat him.
What? 2 seasons straight?
No, longer.
Oh shit! I mean,
I'm just asking.
The Bears haven't beat Aaron Rodgers since 2018. I think that's the last time they beat him. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So when they get the new stadium, Rodgers is gonna have to be there when they sign it, because since he's owner, he has to sign the paperwork. It ain't official until Rodgers goes there. But yeah,
I'm not worried about Rodgers.
I think it's gonna be an interesting year. Definitely a lot of good matchups that are gonna happen. And I think it's going to be a dogfight in the NFC. Like, I think it's going to come down to. I'm going to go out on the limb and I'm going to say, you got 3 teams in the NFC South that look scary right now on paper. You got the Rams in the West, and you got the Commanders, and you got the Eagles in the East, and then you got the whole NFC North division as a whole. So the NFC is loaded, dude.
How about the South?
Yeah, I just said like Panthers. You got the Panthers, you got the Bucks, and you got Atlanta.
And they play a weak division. So
you think the Saints is pretty much
Saints is pretty much like I feel like they're gonna have the first overall pick in the draft.
What about the AFC? Who do you see in the AFC?
Like tough?
Tough, yeah.
Obviously, Kansas City, Baltimore with the addition of Jair, Buffalo,
Jair went to Buffalo.
No, Jair went to
Baltimore. Baltimore. Okay.
Denver Broncos, which is my dark horse.
Maybe not fourth though right now. I got your top three. I got though, bro. But maybe Denver's not fourth. Keep going.
And then 5, I got the Texans.
There you go. I got Texans above.
I'm gonna pick the Bengals. I'm gonna be a person that's gonna. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna cross the bridge and say the Bengals.
Dude, the Bengals are a dumpster fire, bro.
Oh God!
All right, guys, we are at 9 o'clock at the waypoint, so we can finish this topic for another time, another discussion. I thank Chad for coming on, and I want to thank Steve for coming on. John, it was a pleasure. I'll see you back next Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.